What's up, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. Today I'm going to be talking about solving equations with variables on both sides. And what that means is you're going to have a variable on both sides of the equal sign. So let's go ahead and get into the examples. Example 1, 15 minus 2x is equal to negative 7x. Alright, same principle as with one-step equations, two-step equations, and multi-step equations, but the only difference is we have a variable on both sides. The good thing about these is it's up to you whether you want to isolate the variable on the left side of the equal sign or on the right side of the equal sign. Me personally, I just have a habit of taking my variables to the left side because we read from left to right. So I like my final answer to say x equals 5 or y equals 10 or whatever. You'll see in just a second. So with that being said, I want to take this 15. Actually, in this case, it's easier for me to put my variable on the right side because this one is already there. And so let's go ahead and take it to the right side. But I still like mine on the left. So I'm going to take and add 2x to both sides. Okay? So, boom, those cancel. I'm left with just 15 there equals negative 7x plus 2x is negative 5x. And then we need to get the x by itself. So the opposite of multiplying by negative 5 is dividing by negative 5. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 5 here. 5 divided by negative 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. Negative 3 equals, those cancel, x. Now, even though I have negative 3 equals x, I can say the same thing as x equals negative 3. Remember, if a equals b, then b equals a. Okay? So, that's your first example. Example number 2. We have, this one is rather lengthy, so we're going to say negative 2 x minus 5 is equal to 6 times 2 minus 1/2 x. Now that's a lot going on in that problem. A whole lot going on in that problem. But we're going to break it down to the bone gristle. You figure deal me? So, notice the distributive property is going to have to take place on both sides of the equal sign. So we're distributing this here and there, this here and there. Okay, negative 2 times x is negative 2. Let's take the long route. I don't want to assume anybody knows. So there and then plus negative 2 times negative 5, and that equals 6 times 2, and then minus 6 times 1/2 x. Alright, now, right here, notice I put plus negative 2 times negative 5. Remember, there's several different ways to do these, but I want you to see actually a negative times a negative equals a positive. It's still going to end up being positive. Here we go. So, negative 2x plus 10 is equal to 12. Now, half of 6 is 3 or 3. Minus 3x. Notice it's just like this previous example almost now. Okay, so this time I get to put my variable on the left hand side like I like to do. Alright, so I'm going to take this, the opposite of subtracting 3x is adding 3x. And also real quick, here there's several different ways you can do this part. So remember, as long as you stick to inverse operations and you keep your equation balanced, whatever you do to the left side of the equal sign, you do to the right side of the equal sign, you will arrive at the correct answer. Okay? So there's several different things you could do from this point, but remember, it must remain balanced. Okay? So, plus 3x plus 3x. Negative 2x plus 3x is just x or 1x. I don't put a 1 because I know that it anything times 1 equals that number. So this is 1x or just x. Same thing. Bring down the plus 10 equals 12. These cancel. Alright, now it's just a one-step equation. The opposite of adding 10 is subtracting 10. And then x equals 2. All right? So there's your solution. Several steps, but it's still the same thing. Also remember, vertically, everything on the left-hand side of the equal sign should be balanced. Everything on the right-hand side of the equal sign should be balanced. There's a lot going on here, but remember, as long as you keep the equation balanced, you will arrive at the correct answer. And if you're in doubt of your answer, please go back and plug it into your original equation. You can plug it in anywhere, and it should balance out. All right? Let's do one more example like that. All right? Let's take this one and erase it. I will get rid of that too. Alright, so one more. We say example tree. And we have 2.5y plus 6 equals 4.5y minus 1. That's a decimal. Let's make our decimals big so they can be visible. Alright, same thing here. I like my variables on the left hand side, so I'm going to subtract the 4.5y from both sides. So minus 4.5y minus 4.5y, and then this gives me negative 2y plus 6. That just comes down. Those cancel, equals, and we'll bring down the minus 1. Alright? Opposite of adding 6 is subtracting 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 here, subtract 6 there, and then I bring that down. Those cancel. Negative 2y equals negative 7. Divide by negative 2, because we got to get the y by itself. And then those cancel, so y equals a negative divided by a negative is a positive. But 7 over 2 is going to remain the same. Okay? And there's your solution. I got the solution to your math problems.